Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee and welcome back to our All the Mods 9 Let's Play episode 11. Alright, so we are back here everybody, and we are back in something that I wasn't expecting, and that is a new update. So I went ahead and I looked at CurseForge and I was like, man, I feel like I'm behind, and I went to play on my laptop when I was up in my in-laws' house and realized that there's different quests on my laptop. So I came home and I updated our pack. So we now have, if we look here, we've got Apoteosis gear, we've got basic tools. I'm probably not even going to try and pronounce this name because I don't want to be very wrong. There's a logistics chapter now, which walks you through some basic mods like modular routers, the pipes mod, integrated dynamics, laser IO. There's more resources here. We've got a hostile neural networks quest finally. Productive bees wasn't expanded on, but productive trees is in the pack now. I'm not quite sure what this mod adds other than trees, but there is a YouTube tree guide down here, which I find very interesting. In tech, we've got alchemistry now. We've got deep resonance, draconic evolution, generators and furnaces. We've got pneumatic craft, railcraft, Greg Tech. They've overhauled everything. Magic. Now we have artifacts. We've got Eidolon. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. Nature's Aura. Theurgy's new. We've got Cataclysm actually has a spell or a quest now. The Undergarden has a quest now. I didn't even know that was in here. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. But the Twilight Forest actually unlocks itself now, so you can see the progression instead of just the portal. But something else that happened, if we go to basic tools, we managed to pick up an iron pickaxe, so I guess we can collect that. I have been going through and collecting the quests off screen because I know that it's not the most entertaining thing, but there was also a complete overhaul of the power mod when it comes to textures. So the furnators look different, the magmators look super different, the batteries now have like this 3D texture, so you can actually see there's a gap there in the pixels. The power rods over there look different. Uranite looks different, so if we go here and search uranite, all of our raw stuff is over here actually. But uranite looks very different now. Look at that. That's a nice texture compared to what it was. Looks like our quarry picked up some Aldemod ore when I dropped it on accident. Let's go ahead and double that real quick. Speaking of Aldemodium, let's go ahead and go over here. Another thing too is the Iron Furnace update. The Iron Furnace mod updated, so now higher grade furnaces have more slots, kind of like the factories. So there's really no point as to why we would use those factories at this point. But if we go in here and we take a look at our Aldemodium stuff, I went ahead and I did the boring task of running around and trying to find templates. So if we go to template, we have 46 netherite templates because these can be duplicated. So if we go to uses, you can actually duplicate these using the material before it and something that it's from. So netherrack in this case because it's from the nether, and then that will duplicate it. The same thing goes for the Aldemodium and the Vibranium upgrades that we found. So the Aldemodium upgrade can be duplicated using netherite and deep slate, and the Vibranium upgrade can be duplicated using Aldemodium and ancient stone. Now the reason why we have 4 of these is because I actually placed ourselves in the nether here a teleportation pad that will bring us to the other. Flight is disabled, if you can't tell, in the other, but there are some interesting things in this dimension. One thing that we can see right here in this staircase that I dug, I haven't done any exploring other than this staircase, but you can see that instead of ore spawning, blocks of ore spawn. So every single ore vein, other than what I dug through here, there's 35 blocks of tin here. So then if we kind of go adventure just a little bit down here, you can see, you know, there's blocks of aluminum everywhere, and there's some more tin, and you can just see that instead of regular ore spawning in this dimension, we get lots and lots of ore. But I figured we could explore this dimension a little bit later on. We do have to take on the pig lich at some point, and the pig lich only spawns in that dimension. So until we get a waypoint or a waystone in the other, we have to do that, where we have to go to the nether and then teleport and go to from the nether. So something that you might have also noticed is that the AE system has been moved. I have done a little bit of an overhaul here on our system. So sophisticated storage actually has a storage controller, and that when that controller is touching a sophisticated storage box, whether that's a chest or a barrel, it will connect it to the storage controller. So if we grab our applied energistics wrench here and grab and remove this acacia cover, you can see that we have a storage bus here connected to the controller, which means that we can input and output into our AE system. And we've also got an ME drive. So this ME drive is set to priority -1. So all of our items will fill these chests, the 25 double chests that we have down here, before it starts to fill up the ME drive. So lots of storage in an AE system before we even really dive into AE. So we're going to, probably in the next couple of episodes, start diving into this a little bit further. I built another platform over here. I built up on top of one to see kind of like what that would look like. And you can actually connect, or well, we can actually connect a staircase if we were to do it like this. So if we don't have flight for some reason, we can get up to this platform, but I'm not sure what we're going to do up there just yet. I think we're going to keep AE on that middle platform, but I do also like it over here, so maybe we'll run cables under the underground and then under the water over there and set up our, auto crafting and everything. Not quite sure yet, but it's something to think about. So other than the templates, we've got the storage controller, the dye seeds, and then way over there at 5,200 blocks away, I found a goddess statue. Now, if we look at the map, you can see that I just flew in that direction immediately because I was thinking to myself, well, what are these spirit orbs used for? And the spirit orbs are from the Paraglider mod, which Paraglider mod is a direct inspiration from the Legend of Zelda, not Ocarina of Time, I was going to say that, but the Breath of the Wild. So if you click on this goddess statue, you can trade spirit orbs for heart containers or spirit orbs for stamina vessels. So I have been collecting these spirit orbs every time I go down into the mines and find loot containers. But we are up to, if you look at our health bar down there, we have this RPG tab now. If we go to the things that are changed, we are up to 60 maximum health. So we have 3 health bars stacked on top of each other. That's why our hearts are yellow instead of orange or red. So lots of health to help us take down bosses. So definitely a huge upgrade there. Now that we've got some recap done and out of the way, what would we like to dive into today? Well, I would like to get us an Aldermanium pickaxe. So if we go here to template, we need to craft some more of these, which means that we need some more netherite. So let's get 7, 8, so we can make 2 of these. Do that. So now we're out of netherite. So if we go to template, we need 1 smithing template of this. We need 1 smithing template of this. We need 1 vibranium. Oh, well, no, we don't have any vibranium yet. So if we go to netherite, we've got 90 netherite scrap. So if we go ahead and look at the uses on this, let's grab 1 netherite ingot so we can make a netherite pickaxe. And then if we go to Aldermanium, we've got 52 Aldermanium ingots. I have been collecting that slowly over time. So we can go ahead and do that. Let's grab 3 diamonds. That's 4. Let's grab 2 sticks. Let's come over here to our smithing table. Open up our crafting grid using Control E like we've always done. Make ourselves a diamond pickaxe. And now we can make ourselves a netherite pickaxe and then immediately upgrade that. But I would like to actually hold on to this netherite pickaxe to complete this quest. So if we go ahead and put all that in there, boom, we have ourselves an indestructible Aldermanium pickaxe. Now, it should mine relatively quickly, so it's not too bad. But now that we have this, I would like to do some things to it. Over here, you might have noticed that these chests are placed down. I went through our system and took out all of the gems from Apoteosis, because now that we have this Apoteosis gear tab, I realize there's a lot more to this mod than just gems that clog up your inventory. And there are these sigils that you can use, these sigils to upgrade your tools. The sigil of socketing actually adds sockets to existing weapons and tools. So instead of needing to find a piece of gear that you actually like with good affixes, you can craft all of that using this mod, which I didn't know. So I want to try and overhaul our gear a little bit further even. These are the gems that I have found in our collection of gems that actually sound interesting to me. There's this lunar gem that adds 4 cold damage. And then there's this flawed ballast gem, which adds 3.5 attack damage. I want to try and put 2 sockets on our sword, because everything can have up to 3 sockets. I want to put 2 sockets on our sword and apply these gems to it to see if that actually brings our attack damage from 10 up to 17.5. Because 4 of it would be cold damage. I don't know what cold means, but I'm sure we're going to find out. So we also have this chipped ballast gem, which ignores durability damage when applied to a mining tool. So I was going to try and put that on like my pickaxe or my hammer or something. We have the slipstream gem, which adds mining speed. I would love to put that on this Aldemanium pickaxe that we have. And then we also have a brawler's gem, which is going to increase our attack speed. So if we do put 3 sockets on our sword, we can put that on there. And then we can also put a crit damage multiplier on our ranged weapon or our bow. So I don't know if you can actually get crits with bows, but if we find a gem that adds a crit chance, maybe that flawed gem would actually be worth it. But where it's flawless, I just wanted to kind of highlight it in this chest down here. We've got a bunch of cracked stuff and chipped stuff and flawed stuff, and we've got 1 extra flawless gem that's added from iron spellbooks or iron spells and spellbooks. We're probably not going to need spell resistance because we're not doing like PvP or anything, so I don't know why that would be useful. I guess fighting like necromancers, their attacks are considered spells, so maybe that would increase our defense against it. But yeah, so we've got some gems here. We've definitely got some things that we can look into, but I would like to try and dive into this full force. So in order to make these gem-fused slates, you need gem dust and deep slate. So let's go ahead and go over here. We should have some gem dust in the system. We've got 25. You craft gem dust, which I will show you right now. So this is physical damage is taken reduced by 5. Melee weapons ignores 5% of durability damage. It is unique. Let's grab one that's not very good. Let's grab this one. Let's grab our anvil. Let's turn off our magnet, throw down our gem, and then place the anvil. Once that crushes it, it creates the gem dust. So this is an in-world crafting recipe, which is quite interesting. So let's place our gem dust in the center. Let's go over here and grab some cobbled deep slate. That is going to make 8 gem-infused slates. And now we can use the gem-infused slates to make 3 socketing gems using amethyst, dragon's breath, gem dust, and 3 slates. So we can go ahead and craft 3 of those. I went and fought the ender dragon again, which the ender dragon is spawned or respawned the same way like in vanilla Minecraft. You take 4 end crystals, so 4 gas tears, 4 eyes of ender, and some glass panes. I went and I fought her again. So we have some dragon's breath in the system. So let's go ahead and grab some sigils of socketing. We're actually going to make 6 of those because we're going to increase our gear quite a bit here. And now if we go back to uses on this, we can use sigil of withdrawal. This is going to remove socketed gems from items. We're going to want some of those here in the future. But we're also going to need some of these other sigils later on. So let's go ahead and make some more of these and hold on to them for now. So, first off, we would like to come over here and grab our sword and place 3 sockets on it. And that doesn't require any experience to my knowledge. So now we have, if you look down below our attack damage, we've got 3 empty sockets. So let's grab our Flawed Ballast Gem and our Lunar Gem. And then our Chipped Brawler Gem. Do we have a better Brawler Gem in here? We've got Chipped and Chipped, so unfortunately no. Those are all increasing our attack speed by 15%. Yep. Okay, so I just wanted to double check that. Is there anything... I'm pretty sure I searched through all these and there's nothing else that's better. Oh yeah, that one right there adds crit damage, or crit chance to ranged weapons, so we can put that in our bow. Which, speaking of, I did test this already. So we do have plus 15% arrow damage in our Elven bow now, which is interesting. And I did put Unbreaking 5 on that bow, so this is a lot better when we fight the dragon. So let's go ahead and grab our sword and then place in the Ballast Gem. That is going to bring us plus 3.5 attack damage. This is going to be plus 4 cold damage. And now we're going to have plus 15% attack speed. So this should swing just a little bit faster and a little bit better. Let's see if we can't one-shot something. And of course it does still have the gems in it and the damage. Yeah, so we just one-shot a spider. It also does the spells too. So not only are we doing a lot of damage on our first initial hit, it's going to tick for damage after that, just like it always did. So we are going to be doing pretty well when it comes to fighting mobs. Yeah, we just basically one-shot everything now. So this weapon is a lot better than it used to be. So let's go ahead and place a socket on our Adamantium Pickaxe. Adamantium Pickaxe, Sigil of Socketing. So now there's an empty socket on there. We can go ahead and grab the Flawless Slipstream Gem. That is going to increase our mining speed by 37.5. So this is going to mine just a little bit quicker. I was hoping that it would be a little bit better than that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and put away all the stuff that we just picked up. Let's go ahead and see... Ooh, we can put Silk Touch on here. I think I might do that. Also, another thing that I did is I made an ender tank, and our mob farm is putting in all of the experience into an ender tank, and then the experience is going up into our crystal here. So we don't have to go all the way over to the mob farm every time we want to enchant anything anymore. Let's go ahead and put Silk Touch on here, and that did come with Soulbound. Awesome. And we will deposit all of our levels again. So we've got an Adamantium Pickaxe here. I'm going to see what other enchantments we have. So Enchanted. We've got Unbreaking, which doesn't mean anything. We've got XP Boost. That's not a bad one. Frostbite, Looting, Vorpal, Efficiency 4. We'll put that on there. Sharpness, Soulbound, Blast Protection, and Rebounding, which we did take the Rebounding off of our tool. I don't know if I mentioned that before or not. Go ahead and grab all of our levels again. Place that in there. Place XP Boost, which we can't. Let's place Efficiency. So now we have an Efficiency 4 plus 35% mining speed, Soulbound, Silk Touch Pickaxe. So now we should be instant mining almost. Yeah, so a lot better. Now, let's go ahead, sort our inventory, head over to the Nether, and now if we look around here, I have placed down some waypoints. So 500 blocks that direction was the first vibranium I found, and then there should be some more vibranium here. That is a bastion remnants, and 1,000 blocks that way is vibranium. So I am going to go ahead and fly this direction. I placed down the builder and kind of mined out a large area of ground here. I was trying to see if we could collect some netherite scrap, but it was not as successful as I was hoping it would be. Wow, I cannot fly today. Let's see if we can't take down this Apoteosis boss. We're going to be doing... Okay, so he's at 70 health. And we just brought him down to 62. and he's wearing quite a bit of armor. So we're definitely doing some pretty good damage here with this weapon. So I'm happy that we got to test that out. We got a blockading diamond chestplate of the fast wit. So those yellow affixes that are on here, I'm hoping that we can apply to our existing weapons. If we can, that will be awesome. Well, I see another boss, so of course I'm interested in killing it. I'm going to go ahead... Oh, we have darkness. And this guy's going to take a little bit more to kill, but we just chewed through 200 health in no time at all. And where we have 60 health, we don't really need to worry about anything. So he gave us a chipped solar gem, which is going to add fire damage. And he also gave us an Unbreaking 5 Insight 4 headpiece, which doesn't sound super important, but it's definitely interesting. So I'm going to go try and find that vibranium that I have marked on the map, and I will bring you back once we find it so we can mine our first little bit of vibranium together. Okay, so if we look at this vibranium and we hold the shapeless button, or the mining button, we can see that there's only one block of it here, so let's go ahead and grab that. And this is actually going to give us the ore, so we can probably ore double this into 2 vibranium dust using the enrichment chamber, which is awesome. Ooh, some ghasts. And then the other vibranium is over in this direction. 80 blocks. So if we open this up, 14 meters away is vibranium, so let's remove that. 83 meters away is some more vibranium, so let's go over here and grab this stuff. There's only one that I know of. We'll double check. Yep, there's only one. So that's 4 vibranium right there, because we can ore double it. Hey, a spawner. A blaze spawner. What's in here? Anything good? Diamond leggings that are uncommon. We can grind these down later on and craft better gear of our own. Let's go ahead. Oh, this has silk touch on it. So let's go ahead and pick up this spawner. And I wonder if there's more vibranium around here. We probably should make a vibranium sight using... Hey, there is some. Oh, and there's even 2. We should probably go ahead and make a vibranium sight potion. And then that will be a lot better. Hey, a free waystone. Alright, another nether fortress. Where were those ghasts? I would like to kill them and collect their tears. Alright, I'm going to fly back over to that other vibranium that I did find. Collect it real quick. And I'll bring you back. Oh, there's another vibranium close to here. Over here somewhere? Yeah, right there. Alright, perfect. So while I was out trying to find the vibranium that I did already locate, I found 3 more along the way. So we came out with 10 vibranium ore, which means that we're going to have 20 vibranium dust, which means we will have 20 vibranium ingots. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll wait for this to finish. Let's go ahead and go over here and grab one of our vibranium templates. So template, let's grab 1 vibranium template. We're going to upgrade our pickaxe to have a vibranium template. And that means that we're going to have all the same enchantments and all the same sockets and everything. Only now it's on a vibranium pickaxe. Let's go ahead and put our vibranium away. Run over here. Grab our completed dust. Cook that real quick because this emerald furnace is super fast. Which I don't think I upgraded this on camera, but anyway, I did upgrade our furnace. So we're at emerald tier now. Next is crystal, I believe, or obsidian, whichever we choose. So let's go ahead and collect our resources from these. Basic tools, we have a tier 6 pickaxe finally, so we can go ahead and collect that. We collected this, which gives us a netherite furnace. Holy. Cook time of 5 ticks. This is +1 to protection, fortune, and sharpness. I wonder if we were to socket that into our pickaxe, if that would give us fortune 4. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's go ahead and do that. Fortune 4, yes. All right, so look at that. We've got massive fortune on this now. That's awesome. Cool. Good to know, good to know. So let's go ahead and break this furnace. Place down our netherite furnace, which we were just awarded. Put in our fuel efficiency and our speed upgrade, or our factory upgrade. Let's go ahead to config, clear all those, input to the top, output to the left, auto, auto. And now we have a 5-tick cook time furnace. Let's go ahead and leave our emerald furnace over here so we don't lose it in our system. And now we should be able to collect this, which is going to give us another ore. This is going to give us night vision goggles. That's an awesome set. That's an awesome, what is it called? Artifact. I'm very happy that we got that. A flux block, some avocado toast, an ultimate thing there. This goes in our head slot, which means that we can't use it at the same time as our meat feeder. So let's just hold on to it in our backpack. Let's go ahead over here and enrich this vibranium ore. So now we had 20, so now we have 22. We used one, so 21 vibranium in the system. Let's see how quick this is. Oh yeah, look at that. That is speed right there. Let's go ahead and put that away, take off our shield. All right, so we have some good gear now. I'm happy that we dove into Apoteosis a little bit. What would be next is the salvaging table. So let's see if we can't craft one of these. So the, oh, I didn't click. Salvage table. We need an iron axe. We need an iron pickaxe. And then a bucket of lava. And a smithing table. So let's go ahead and grab a bucket out of our inventory. Come over here to our infinite lava. Grab a bucket of lava. I was going to go find somewhere, but then I remembered that we have infinite lava. So if we go to pickaxe, let's grab our just iron pickaxe. And then if we go to axe, let's grab our basic iron axe. We don't want to use the fancy ones because we're going to turn those into salvage here. Let's place down our salvaging table. Our little area over here is getting quite full, but we need to leave that flux block open. So, all right. So now we can go ahead and go to helmet. We're going to take the enchantments off of these, and then we're going to crush them. So if we go to helmet and then chest, I can't spell. That one's a good one. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Oh, why can't I take that out of my system? See, this is why I had to actually like break the blocks and get into that. So if we go to chest again, I can't grab this out of the system no matter how hard I try. So something's broken there. That's uncommon. So I'll have to find that in the actual chest system. If we go to leggings, we can take that. Oh, I can't take that out of the system. Thunder Forged, we can take those. We can take those. And then if we go to boots, netherite boots, that's just got a bunch of enchantments on it. That's a good one, but I can't take it out of the system. So if we go to pants, maybe. Those are good. All right, perfect. So we've got some gear here. So let's go see how this salvaging table works. Let's go make sure that we take off all the enchantments that we want to keep. So this says soulbound and mana boost. That's fine. We'll take the protection. That's not good. Well, we don't really care about blast protection. We don't care about projectile protection. We want that unbreaking, though. We'll take the protection 3. We'll take the unbreaking 3. We don't really care about magic protection, and Nature's Mend isn't as good as it sounds. Okay, so we've got some enchanted books now. So let's go ahead and put those away in our system. run over to our salvaging table, and then we should just be able to put all this up in there. And this is going to... So it's a chance. We only got one. Okay, so those don't actually count. We only got one. Is there a way to increase the chances? Or, like, guarantee the chance, I guess? 1 to 4. Oh, that one gave us 3. Nice. Alright, so I guess let's just put it all in there. So we've got epic, rare, uncommon, and common now. Which means that we complete all this because we got a Godforged Pearl from a quest. So let's go ahead and claim our extra stuff here, which is just more of these materials. An extra Godforged Pearl. Simple reforging table. So how do we make one of those? That one actually wasn't anything, so we can put that away. We'll hold on to the Godforged Pearl. So if we go to @Apoth, take that out of there, take our gem dust. Forging table, I think it was. Right there, simple reforging table. So we need smooth stone, which is stone smelted. So let's grab 3 of those. And then we are going to need an enchanting table, which we have, and gem dust, which we have. So let's go over here, smelt our 3 stone down. That was so quick. I'm very happy we got that reward. Let's go ahead and make this. Put the smooth stone away. Now that we have our salvage table, or our simple reforging table, we can go ahead and place this down somewhere. Let's just place it down right there. Oh, it's got a hammer on it. That's cool. So we put our pickaxe in there. What do we do here? So if we put in... Okay. Oh. We can put in the uncommon stuff. Interesting. 2 sigils of rebirth and 4 time woven fabric. 6 time woven fabric, 2 time woven. So it takes 2, 4, and 6 to craft these things. And then sigils of rebirth. So how do we make sigil of rebirth? I'm assuming is this one here. That's 6 sigils and 3 gem dust. And it should give us 6 sigils of rebirth. Yep, it does. Okay. We don't have the levels, maybe? Oh, it takes 3 sigils of rebirth to do this one. So the experienced vibranium pickaxe of grasping is going to increase our block reach by 0.5, experience gained by 28%, and mining speed by 15%. This is going to increase... Oh, it's the same thing. Multiple times. Experience gained, experience gained, experience gained. Let's go ahead and take that out. Can we put this tool in there? We sure can. Can we put our sword in here? Oh, we can. Look at that. So let's take these out. Why can't I do the rare stuff? Where's the epic? So only certain things can be upgraded, I guess? Oh, this takes multiple... So this would take all 6 sigils of rebirth then. Plus 20% crit damage, plus 2.75, and then lifesteal. On hit, inflict weakness. Ignores 9% of durability damage. That's pretty cool. Screw it. Let's do it. So now we've got lifesteal, crit damage, and fire damage on our weapon. So we've still got 13.5 attack damage. I don't know why it's not increasing our cold damage and our fire damage. I guess I'm not sure how that works. Uses sigils of max rarity mythic, max rarity rare. Okay, so we need this better reforging table then. Let's just go ahead and do that because we have the materials for it. So we are going to need a netherite ingot. And then we are going to need nether bricks, which we have. Boom. Better reforging table. 2 Godforged pearls. to get 3.5 block reach, 45 experience gained, 2.5 luck, and more mining speed, and another empty socket. That's actually really good. Experience Vibranium Pickaxe of the Serendipitous. Let's go ahead and get 5 Sigils of Rebirth and do that to this pickaxe, because that just sounds fun. Why not? So Sigil of Rebirth. Make 6 of those. Put that in there, that in there, and that in there. Boom, let's grab that. The Experience Vibranium Pickaxe of the Serendipitous we now have. So this gives us a... This should have a massive reach now. Look at that. We can mine all the... What the heck? Mine's in a 5x5 area. I didn't realize that. Holy. Alright, so that's good to know. Happy that we found that out on accident. Good thing we didn't have anything important over here and it was just blocks. On block break, gain haste 2. The tool has netherite effectiveness against all blocks. So we're probably going to want to reroll those if possible because... Now this should just be nasty fast. Let's just find out real quick. Holy. Yeah, that's incredible. Because it gives us haste the second that we mine something, that's crazy. We also have these warp plates from the waystones that I got from our quest reward, so now we can just teleport to our mob farm whenever we want to. Which is nice. So we got to remember that this mine's in a 5x5, which is probably going to be hard to remember, but we're going to try. And of course we have Silk Touch on there, so we got that, and we got the zinc ore instead. So let's just go ahead and put all of our Apoteosis stuff away. How do we reforge that? So let's go ahead and see. Take that, and take that. Sigil of Rebirth. Best augmentation table. Uses Sigil of Enhancement to augment individual affixes. How do we get one of these? So we need Godforged Pearls, a Nether Star, and Polished Blackstone. Godforged Pearls come from mythic items. So if we go to... We can't just search mythic. We got another gem. Not a very good gem, but a gem nonetheless. Wait. 1.5 block reach. Let's grab that real quick. Put it in here. That's going to bring our block reach up to 3 entity reach plus 5. So we should be able to reach 8 blocks now with this pickaxe. That's insane. This pickaxe is crazy. I want to get rid of those top 2 affixes on here. I don't know how we do that though. I guess I'm going to have to figure that out. But we have a Vibranium Pickaxe and some pretty good gear upgrades now that we've played around with some Apotheosis. So I think that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you liked the episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you disliked it, go ahead and leave a dislike. If there's anything that you'd like to say to me or the other people of YouTube, you can do that in the comment section down below. But for now, this has been Say-La-Vee, and I would like to wish you a good night, or good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, or whatever it is for you. Just have a good day, okay? And bye-bye.